Just want to say, hey guys, it's Klaus. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys, to another episode. Welcome from everywhere or anywhere you are in the world today. It's amazing. There are subscribers and viewers from all over the world. Like this guy here, Nikrit from Greece. That's right. He's from Greece. There's no Greek tanks in this game, so he's driving a Russian tank because why the fuck not? At least he knows what to do. He has a choice. He picked the Russian tanks because they're the best. And he's in his KV2. Let's watch him have a great game here. And you know what? Shout out to everyone from Greece who's watching. The unbelievable place, which I had the pleasure of visiting some years ago. Absolutely incredible place. For all the stupid North Americans that don't really know much about history. Did you know Greece? Greece. It's basically considered the cradle of Western civilization. It's like the birthplace of most things that we consider ours in the Western world now. Western democracy, philosophy, literature, history, political science, many major scientific and mathematical principles, all originated in Greece. Greece started it all, organizing themselves into a well-running society. You know, not a bunch of like a clueless dog fuckers running around like idiots. Like the world was before Greece started it all. And you know, they were so successful in organizing themselves in a society and so well run that they had time to spend studying and learning and developing things. There were many famous Greeks through history that did lots of stuff. Like look at this list here. Like Plato, Aristotle, Homer, Pericles, Sophocles, Hippocrates, Pythagoras, Archimedes. All these guys. I have no fucking clue what any of them did except for Pythagoras. There's something to do with triangles, but all of them were really smart, and there's statues of these guys now, a lot of them in Greece. They all kind of look the same. They've got beards and stuff, but like holy shit, a lot of them like were from a long time ago. Do you have a statue made out of you or of you? No, you don't. There's like modern people don't have statues unless they've made them themselves, which means they're fucking creepy. And these Greek guys, you know, when there's a statue made of you, it means that you've probably done something pretty amazing. And those Greeks, let me tell you, they've done a lot of amazing things. Alexander the Great was one of the most famous Greek emperors. I don't know if he was called Alexander the Great while he was the emperor. We call him Alexander the Great now because he, you know, whoa, he was pretty great. But I don't know, at the time, maybe you had to say, if you were like talking to him, you couldn't say, "Hey, Alex, you know, what do you couldn't start a conversation like that. You probably had to say, Alex, the Great, can I talk to you for a minute? You probably had, I'm not sure, but he goes down in history as being the Great. He's the only Alexander I know who is great. Most of all the other Alexanders in history are just fucking losers. So there is that. There's so many great things about Greece. And if you haven't noticed, this Greek guy here, Nikrit, has done fuck all so far, and including missing that shot after waiting for 3 minutes to take it. But the Greeks are patient people, and they have so much time and so much care put towards things that they enjoy, like their food. Olives. Well, they naturally just grow there, so they eat them. You know, like in Canada we have apples, we eat those. But I mean, they are famous for their olives because they've got a good climate. So you know, there's a lot of olive eating going on there, and they must use those olives in dishes to make. Actually, I'm not sure, but I know that I've been to some Greek restaurants, and they serve you. They do this thing where they warm up the olives. They say, "Would you like some olives for an appetite?" And they warm them up. And so you get warm olives, and that's Greek, you know? Like, who would have thought, here, have a fucking cold olive. No, you go to Greece, they warm them up for you. But there's other Greek food that's fantastic, like moussaka, which is, there's a lot of garlic in that. And there's I don't know. It's kind of a pasty lasagna looking thing, but it tastes pretty good. And dolmades. Dolmades is like grape leaves with things interfused, and yeah, you eat that. It's not very good. But then you can have the baklava for dessert, which is like honey crusted. I don't know if there's pecans or something. It's baklava, or is it baklava? I have to ask if any of you Greeks are listening. Let me know. Is it baklava or baklava? Baklava with some ouzo. Food, enjoyment, family, friends. The Greeks are used to. They're used to being so prosperous and so successful and so organized that their societies developed into having a lot of free time and being able to pursue endeavors that studying and contemplating, like some of the people like Plato and Aristotle and Pericles and sophisticatedlies, or what they studied and devoted their lives to learning. And but other people, just want to sit back and have a drink and fucking chat. And I say chat, it sounds like yelling to me. They do a lot of yelling, but apparently in Greece, what is perceived as yelling is just chatting. So the whole country's yelling and waving their arms and drinking and eating. And it seemed to work for a long time. Unfortunately, recently, over the past couple of decades, and all of us know the Greek crisis. The crisis, it's kind of like the Depression in North America in the 30s. Well, unfortunately, Greece went through a really bad time, and it's just slowly clawing its way out now. A generation of you young Greeks that were fucked by your leaders. My heart goes out to you because it's not your fault. And I'm going to give you my perspective on that now because, it's easy for people to just, you read the news, you hear a headline, and then you generalize and you say, oh, of course, yeah, Greece is going broke. They can't pay their bills. Of course, all those Greeks are lazy. Right? You hear people saying shit like that, and it's easy to just say shit like that until you actually read a little bit and find out exactly what's going on. And I actually I did a holiday in Greece. I went to one of the great islands, the island of Mykonos. Mykonos? The island of Mykonos, the most beautiful place I've ever been. Every single little house is painted a different pastel color, and there's cafes and places you can relax and enjoy. You can get a $9 glass of beer, and it's a small glass. You fucking charge too much. Okay, if you want people to visit your country, you got to lower your fucking prices, because it used to be cheap to go to Greece, and now since the Depression Greek crisis thing, you've raised your prices because I guess you need the money, right? And people, it's a snowball. People stop going. But anyways, what I was getting at is, and I went there and visited. I talked to lots of Greeks, and to a T, every single one of them, everyone I met, everyone in Greece. Fantastic people, friendly, all of them. Just the regular schmoes I'm talking about now, right? The shop owners, the restaurant owners, the guys on the street that were fixing the sidewalk. And I could bumble my way through trying to understand. And most of them spoke English because they're fucking smart, and they're from Europe and they know more than one language. And to the last man, all of them just wanting to get by and willing to work hard and do what they can to earn a living and take care of their families, and just a hard day's work for realistic pay, just like anywhere else. Now, unfortunately, the Greeks had the misfortune of being run by a troop of clueless fuckwads who had no idea what they were doing for the past 20, 25, 30 years. And that's the problem. It's not the people. It's the few fucking assholes at the top that were so utterly incompetently clueless that they drove the country and the economy into a shambles by just promising shit and doing ridiculous, stupid things that were unsustainable. And then when the crisis hit, meaning that, the bills are coming in and not the people, remember this, not the people, the government couldn't afford to pay the bills. What did they do? They didn't do what anyone in the Western, you invented the Western world, but you didn't do what the anywhere else in the Western world would have done, which is say, oh, we can't pay our bills? Oh, well, fuck you. I guess we can't. We declare bankruptcy. Sorry. We fuck off, everyone. We'll just start from scratch. And then you would have had a year or two of turmoil, and then, you know, like Donald Trump, who went bankrupt because his company wasn't doing very well, and he just declared bankruptcy. Fuck you all, I'm not paying you. I think I'll run for president instead. You know, or GM, or Chrysler, or any airline, or any country would have done that. But no, not the Greek. No, I was going to say the Greeks. No, it's not the Greek people. The government decided it was better to say, oh, we can't pay the bills. Everyone wants something from us. Okay, we'll bend over and lube up our assholes and take it from behind for the next 20 fucking years and do whatever you want. And we'll raise taxes, and we'll promise to ruin our economy and destroy the lives of the youth over the next 10, 15 years. So all the smart people and all the great Greeks that live here can move and leave and go somewhere else, because we're going to run this fucking place into the ground because we're incompetently stupid. And the poor Greeks, the regular schmoes, the regular people that just want to get by, you got fucked there by your incompetent buffoons that were running the place down there. But now it looks like you've clawed your way out. Okay, you're back on your feet. Things are starting to look a little. And I'm telling you, don't fall into complacency again. Be careful who you put in charge there, because the useless fuckwits that were running the place down there over the past 25 years, don't make the same mistake. Be careful who you elect and put in charge of your great country, because it's not the regular schmoes and the regular people. The regular people are a 10 out of 10, and the people that were running the place are like a -5. Fucking morons, all of them. And I'm pointing the finger at you Greeks now. Don't fuck up again. Be careful who you put in charge there, because all I can say is you've got a great country, you've got a great society, you've started it all. Don't give up now, because the Greeks and Greek society has so much more to give us. I want to go back and visit again. I want to come down there and see more of your great country. Some of the fantastic places there, like the Acropolis and Delphi and the ruins and the history. You've got it all. Don't let it be ruined again by a couple of fucking morons at the top, is all I can say. And Crete, you had a pretty good game there. You started it like a pussy, and the game's been over for a while. But you were in a Russian tank, so you cleaned up. You know, you did pretty good. There's no Greek tanks in the game, so why not? Why the fuck not play a Russian one, right? Because what are you gonna play? Like an Italian one? What else is there? Yeah. Shout out to everyone